opened up a lot this time.
Oh my god. He's locked in. He's locked in. Holy shit.
No.
Rocket? Don't join me in this hell. Meanwhile...
This thing's good shit, but it wears you out like nothing else. Real big upgrade between the 4th and 5th gen orbments right here. I can see why the army liked it so much. Was worth extorting it out of that corrupt general a while back. But what am I gonna do now? No one's gonna find the goods now that I've got them well hidden. Now I gotta settle between selling it to A for a fat stack, or taking it to some lab or a tech corp. That girl with Arkwright seemed to know what it was worth, too. Wouldn't mind having her work under me if it meant getting him out of the way. I might be able to tap more than extra Mira out of that
Getting a little ahead of yourself, aren't we?
Huh? What are you doing here?
So you came here after all. Not a bad hustle you got going on. You learned what those punks were up to, tipped off the cops, then snatched the case in the confusion so you could profit from the shadows.
Wait, I hear you. I screwed up. I'll give you back what I stole. And Mira. And whatever I'd never even think of picking a fight with all.
Too late. You underestimated us, and for that, you will pay with fear.
What was that?
Giacomo,
Giacomo.
come on.
Okay.
But stay behind me.
Okay.
Shit might be hitting the fan soon.
What do you mean?
Alright, can I avoid this fight? I'm done fighting.
Be sure to keep your distance.
Better.
This looks like a stopping point.
That hits the spot.
Alright.
No. We've got to. He's...
Save it. He's dead.
I can't believe it.
I can see he tried to resist, but he couldn't stop his throat from being slit. Wasn't even the usual knife, more like a machete. And then his left hand is...
What are you two doing down here?
What in Adios' name? Whoa! Look at all that blood!
Shit.
It would be the guy we were just about to ask to come in and talk to us. You look like you found yourself in the middle of a real mess here. I hope you're ready to come to the station.
Crime scene secured at 1:10 p.m.
2 important witnesses will volunteer themselves into custody and accompany us to the Sidon station.
Trails through daybreak. Please, Miss Claudel, you can talk to me. What are you doing in a place like that? What did the man with you say to trick you into going? Nothing of anything. I was the one who persuaded him. What the request was that Mr. Arkwright accepted, though. I'm afraid I can't say anything more about that. You are at this may end up causing trouble for your school, aren't you? Not sure how you can avoid contact him now that you're involved in this. I understand. This all feels like a nightmare. I just can't believe someone I was just talking to hours ago now, and all my insisting has gotten banked up in this.
Who do you think you're fooling, Arkwright?
Detective Nate.
You think we'll believe it was just some coincidence that you were in the maintenance tunnel? That you were just taking that girl with you alone on some field trip? Not a chance!
What do you want me to say? It's the truth. You think I volunteered to come in here just to tell lies? Sure do. You may as well be a criminal yourself, Spriggan. No way in hell someone like you just having to come across a murder scene. Stranger things have happened. Come on. You interrogate all your victims this way? You tend from overwork? How about I lend a hand? I got a handyman's license even. Service with a smile and always willing to lend an ear. That's the Arkwright Solutions motto. You son of a... I'm more curious why you happened to show up when you did. He was a real slime ball, but he was also a nobody. Just what were you hoping to get out of him? What was so important that it requires a bunch of officers and 2 investigators?
I can see the rumors of how much a handful you are weren't overselling you.
That's Wani?
Your weapon might not have a blade, but I've never seen anything like it. And you've got a state-of-the-art orbment, too. You've been skirting the line of legality dangerously close these past few years. You do know we could come down on you if we wanted to, right?
Wow, that's harsh. It's just a self-defense baton. As for my Zilpha, that's just for the orbital net. I've been offered that one as a tester, I'll have you know. Though, hey, even I know that authorization coming from a questionable foreign company ain't the best
Took the
look.
words right out of my mouth. You really know how to throw people off.
Inspector, I say we grill this guy good. It's clear he's a total good for nothing. You don't lead a pretty lady astray without having some kind of ulterior motive. Like him that young detective, huh? Just don't go too deep down that rabbit hole. You think I look bad. Just wait till people hear Cobb got hooked on hitting up juveniles for favors. But you know my address if you're getting hot water over it. You think you can waltz in here and... Nate, don't let him rile you up.
You're wasting your time with that one.
And just who the hell are you? Just from
I
off
would be
limits.
with the Central Intelligence Department, the group that asked for your help on this case.
Renee Kincaid.
The name's Kincaid. I'm with the CID's Analytical Division. On its behalf, I thank you for your aid in locating Giacomo Conte. And I see your line caught a second fish as well.
Are you serious? We feel awful for losing him, really, but it's clear as day that this guy knows something. We'll have it out of him before long. Mark my... That won't be necessary. He and his companion will be coming with us. Huh? On what grounds? Our own investigation has led us to safely rule them out as culprits in Mr. Conte's murder. As such, for reasons I am not at liberty to discuss, they will be coming into our custody. I trust that won't be a problem. No, not at all. Do what you want with them. Don't be such a damn suck-up. Should have known this is how it would be once they showed up. Very well, this will always be Sid's request. Do as you will. But as much of a piece of scum as he was, we're dealing with a man's death here. I'll thank you and you to remember that. Of course I will. You needn't worry about that. Leave everything to us. Van, oh thank goodness, they let you go too? Yeah, after his troublemaker showed up.
I'll be taking my leave now, sir.
Understood. You know what needs doing next, and be sure to send your report to the chief.
She said she was with the Central Intelligence Department.
Looks that way. Seems real competent, too. And you're able to bark out orders to her just like that, huh? Shows you've moved up in the world, Renee.
Huh?
Kincaid, not Renee. You know that. Though perhaps you need reminding after 3 years.
Hard to say if 3 years ago even counted as a proper hello. You're still on the ball as ever, you spectacled sadist.
Same to you, Spriggan. Still working from the shadows and relying on old-fashioned stubbornness and trickery to get the job done, I see.
Damn right.
The CID is currently hot on the trail of the duo who murdered Giacomo Conte. We found trace evidence of them at the scene.
Oh!
Knew you wouldn't waste time. Then,
I know your nose and circle of suspicious contacts are not to be underestimated. I won't be getting in the way of whatever you and your friend are working on. If you hear anything interesting, however, you'll give me a call. You owe it to me after bailing you out.
Contact information exchanged.
I don't believe I've heard that hollow before. By the way, have you told her you're back yet? Well, that answers that. Will you ever grow up? Take care then. You as well, young lady.
Thank you.
So, you two are friends? Nah, he's just an acquaintance I can't seem to shake. Anyway, much as I hate being in his debt over anything, this will be over way faster with him on the case. Both solving Galcamo's murder and your job. I see. If you want to call this whole thing off, I'm fine with that. Won't charge you anything if you do, not after how much of a mess this turned into. Leaving this all to me also works if you trust me enough. That's not an issue, but now that someone's lost their life, I don't think I can afford to avert my eyes. It's not right. Can I not stay with you for at least today? It pains me to cause you more problems than I already have, but at the same time, you're too young to worry about causing your elders problems. All right, if you that set on this, then let's get back to work. Next up, we take the subway to Riverside. What? I'm thinking of going back to the scene of the crime, are you? Nah, it's still gonna be stood off, so no way we're getting close to it. I got somewhere else in mind. Let's get moving. I'd still like to get this wrapped up today. All right.
Excuse me, can I have a moment of your time? You just came out of the police station, didn't you? I'm hearing there was just a murder. Was that why you were in there?
Pardon me? Oh, and just who are you?
I'm Marielle M.A., the newest reporter with the Tyrell Times. I only just joined the paper's local news division and happened to hear what was going on from a source of mine. You wouldn't happen to have anything to add about the murder, would you? I'll take anything.
Wait. You got good news, missing? The cops just took in a key witness. Big question as we speak. It sounds like it's a detective called Nate in charge. I'm thinking a lot more for you to turn around now. Hey, and you can do.
Thank you so much. Just you wait, Dingo. I'll get one over you this time.
Wait, the key witnesses here are.
Having a rough day?
Yeah, enough I'm not used to. I'm gonna go see we're moldy now. That should square us out after I lent a hand on that case with spoiled brat.
Sure. I'll get it done.
That wasn't very nice of you, Van. Can't just feed someone in her position false information. Sure I can, at least. Last thing we need when we're busy is a reckless rookie sticking our nose in our shit. Why not let her make trouble for the cops to make our job easier? Wait for me! Looks like they still have it cordoned off. What do you think will happen to come? They should have already had his body taken out for an autopsy a while ago, but you don't need to be an expert to see whoever stole the story was a pro. So where exactly are we going? A cafe and bar over there. Oh, is it open now? About to be. Today's hours should be from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Might be better to kill a little time before going. He's probably still setting up for the evening. Looks like he's still getting ready to open. Should I go in anywhere or keep wandering around? Nice road and spawn entering cafe. Go inside.
Well, hello again, handsome.
Oh god.
I've been waiting for you. I figured you'd show up early enough. I suppose the girl next to you is your client. She suits that uniform to a T.
Oh, hello. Come on, we only just walked in the door and you already got her read.
My name's Bermati, sweetheart. I'm the owner and bartender of this fine establishment. Van and I have a very special relationship.
You have a boyfriend? We just scratched each other's backs, that's all. It helps that he makes some of the best coffee and cocktails in town. He's also a first-rate information dealer with a hell of a lot of fishy contacts. Oh, I see. My name is Agnes Claudel. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, since you apply one, what level of client you have today? So I assume whatever lead you have regards glaucoma. That's right. We're turbo fast. Of course it would. The scene of the crime was practically in my front yard. Found him difficult to like as someone in the same trade, but I've never wished this on him, even if he did most likely bring it on himself. What do you mean? So he did put his hand in the fire. I'm guessing it was last night? Well, guess. You're absolutely right. One of my sources tells me he tipped off the police. He said a criminal gang was in the midst of a massive drug deal. That's not good. Not that uncommon, but I'm more thinking it was a hoax. Indeed, it was. The police arrested several from the scene, but they found no evidence that drugs ever changed hands. However, it did look like they were in the middle of a dispute of some kind. But who the other party was, they could not ascertain. The ones caught were also saying something along the lines of, who ratted us out? They would have done it, so it was someone on our side. Huh. Judging by all you've said, it sounds like those criminals in the other party were still scheduled to do some kind of deal, and if it wasn't drug related. Giacomo called the police on them, creating confusion by doing so. Well. Yeah, you're dead on. He then took advantage of that to make off with something from the scene, and ended up with a one-way ticket to the other side for it. My thinking is along the same line as yours, though I haven't got a clue as what the something question is. As for how he was able to make off with it completely undetected, I can only speculate. There must have been some kind of trick to it. You don't think he used a Zilpha, do you? No, there still aren't many of them in circulation. I think he used a previous model, which fit his objective much better. There's a fair number of them making the rounds on the black market these days. A Ramda, huh? Albert's 5th generation ornament? Yep, the one developed between Vern and the Epstein Foundation a while back. It was used by the police and army for a while, but as soon as the 6th gen was introduced, they wasted no time dumping it. Ziffa is better, sure, but the Randa was just as good as Urboni's Arcus back then, with its most notable feature being stealth capabilities. So you think he used that stealth to hide something? Quite. Well, less something and more someone. Himself. It lets you disappear if it's by magic. How long it lasts depends on the user, and it can't avoid tripping sensors, but something to a scene that's already in disarray and stealing something? That would be child's play. That does all make sense. But puts it all into perspective for our son. When he charged in the maintenance room after hearing a scream, all we found was Giacomo's corpse. But we weren't the only ones who were there. The criminals who slit his throat were still there too. They just stunk right past us using Ramda's stealth capabilities. What fearless criminals they are, simply not bottom of the barrel. We could be dealing with Jaegers, or perhaps whoever they are, they recovered what they were looking for, so I doubt you'll find success in pursuing them any further. No, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Oh? No, you wouldn't keep me waiting.
Here are all the bases he used for the past few years, complete with security locks.
Thanks, we'll call this even.
Oh, and just to add, there's been no sign of any Jaeger corps in the move as of yesterday. Well, be seeing you.
Alright, guess I'm in your debt again. What's that all about? So, go home and had multiple hideouts today. That could mean whatever you stole is one of those, but if it wasn't a Jaegers, what would you out running with? Oh, forget it, I can't believe you turned into Dingo. And right in front of me, you know I'll sing like a canary for you any day of the week. Yeah, sorry, but I never was much of the faithful type. Can I use her own voices, please? Well, we got a lot of information out of that. I'm just surprised at how well connected you are. What can I say? I spend time putting people in my debt so I can cash in favors.
You must have amassed quite a collection by now.
Ugh. Finally.
Oh. I'd heard you were a regular at this establishment, but I wasn't expecting to run into you just as it was opening.
That makes 2 of us. First Renee, then you. Hell of a day for me.
You've certainly spent a lot of it skulking around. Up to no good, I assume. I imagine it was half your own fault that you got hauled off to the police station.
Wish I could argue otherwise. Should have known it wouldn't take long for you to hear about what happened and come running.
Of course. I've paid a visit to the scene of the crime as well. Giacomo was hardly a pleasant person, but he was a decent informant to use when work called for one. I hope you know that the detectives at the station and that reporter are very displeased with you, by the way. Your love of causing trouble for everyone and taking advantage of it to further your own goals has never been a bright spot for you.
Don't got a clue what you're talking about. Damn, this is awkward.
I can't believe it.
Elaine Alclair.
Forgive me. My name is Elaine. I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation.
Oh, not at all.
I think we have much to discuss. But we're also both busy, so that can wait for another time. Whoever can solve this case first. The CID, the police, the guild. wins the prize lying in wait. That also goes for our presumed suspects. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Be careful not to get too involved here, Van. I'm almost certain that the two people who killed Giacomo were from A.
Thinking the same. But I'll chalk myself up to owing you one for telling me.
You know her? What? You do too? Guess she does pop up in the paper every once in a blue moon. Of course I know her. She's really famous. I don't think there's anyone in Calvert who doesn't know the face of Elaine Auclair. She's one of the youngest bracers ever to reach A rank in the guild. They're ace. And they even call her, I can't remember, but it's something like Beauty's Blade. Elegant enough for someone so adept with the swordsmanship of the Old Kingdom. Hard not to feel for her for having Beauty slapped on her toe or TV close. She's just an old friend anyways. We've wasted enough time here. We almost got this one in the bag. We can talk stuff through while we're on the move. To make it short, I think it's safe to assume the thing Giacomo made off with was the ornament you were looking for. You know, it was stolen from an antique shop a week ago by a gang of punks. Said punks sent out a pair of others to deliver it, and at this point likely had some dispute over Miura. That was when the police charged onto the scene, leaving Giacomo called them to snatch the goods using his Ramda. But then that pair tracked him down the very next day. They waited in ambush for him at the crime scene, murdered him, then stole his Ramda and used it to escape. Ramdas are like any other kind of computer in that they've got apps to note things down and store info on them. Giacomo was always cautious, so I'm sure he would have made it too easy to identify, but I'm guessing the location of his hideouts were on there, so the culprits could use the device to find them. You think his murderers are using the Ramda to find which spots as what he stole then? Pretty much. Fortunately, we've been able to use data on his recent movements to narrow down the top 3 places it could be. One's in front of Tyrion Tower in the 3rd district, one's near Central Station, the 7th district, and then there's one in the 12th district on the Grand Circuit racetrack on the outskirts of town. Which of them would you say is the most fishy? Oh yeah? Why'd you go with that? Well, Summerfest is being held in the tower until late last night. I believe the Z1 Grand Prix was also being held at the circuit then. I can't imagine you would want to risk his title being discovered by going inside when there's lots of people around. Nice work. There's a door down an alley just before the station that leads underground. My guess is what we're after down there. Then that means we should.
The next stop will be in the cathedral in Edith's 5th district. Those traveling to the cathedral
you're gonna have to next stop. What? Close the station to your dorms, right? Don't worry, I'll have this thing cracked by the end of the day, and the goods to you by tomorrow. But you were fine with me helping you before. This is now the affiliation of Giacomo's murderers changes everything. Are you referring to that A group? Yeah, everyone's on Grover about them right now. Not just the cops in the guild either. I'm talking other organized crime groups and even Jaeger Corps. But that's who we're up against. I can't promise I can keep you safe, so this is what we gotta do. I'm sorry.
We are now arriving at the cathedral. The doors on the left side will open.
I thought I told you to get off at the next stop.
You'll have to forgive me for being selfish, but you have to understand just how much that memento means to me. It's something that connects me not just to my great-grandfather, but my mother and grandmother too. And that's not the only reason I want to see this through now. A man is dead. I know you don't like the idea, but I feel like I have to be a part of this. Whatever may come to happen, I'll do everything I can to ensure my own safety. And I'll do everything you ask in the field. So please, won't you let me come with you?
Fine. You're the client. I can see you at least know your way around that staff and arts. But you're gonna have to do everything to keep yourself safe. And if I give you an order, you follow it. If you fail to do that, I terminate our contract then and there. We clear?
Absolutely. Thank you.